Hey, everybody, and happy Wednesday. I'm sorry I cannot be here with you today, but you guys know I told you yesterday I'm going to be at the dentist and getting a little procedure done on my teeth. So I hope today is going well already. You're off to a good start and that you continue to have a good rest of your day. I'm going to walk you through some of the steps you need to know today when you're going to solve your math problems and do your math assignment. So I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to walk through the steps we need to take to solve multi-step problems. So our goal today is that you're going to be able to solve multi-step problems that either involve multiplication or division. So sometimes there may be both involved. Sometimes you may do one thing, one operation, but they're probably going to have multiple steps and they're going to require some thinking and some focus. All right. So we talked about this at the beginning here. It's been a while since we've gone over it again. So I wanted to review it today. So when it comes to solving these complicated problems, there's 4 steps. The first one is understanding. So you read the problem, think about what you know and what you're looking to try to solve. Then you're going to plan. You're going to use a strategy. Think about how am I going to solve this problem? What's my plan going to be? Then you're actually going to go through the work to solve it and show your work. And then check, you're going to go back and explain your answer and how you got that answer. So you're going to check it and explain and justify it. So we call this UPS check or UPS check. So let's take a minute to do step U and understand the problem. So we're going to read to understand the problem, and then we're going to stop and think about what do we know and what do we need to figure out. So I'm going to go ahead and read the problem. It says there are 24 oranges in a crate. The Smith family bought 3 crates of oranges. They have eaten 13 oranges so far. How many oranges are left? So I'm going to go through and I'm going to just circle 24 oranges in a crate. We know that. We know that they bought 3 crates. And I'm going to go ahead and draw an arrow from this because there's 24 in a crate. And then it says they've eaten 13 oranges. And it's asking how many oranges are left. So what do we know in this problem? So I know a couple things. I'm going to type it down below here. I know, oops, that font is way too big. Give me a second. I know they have 3 crates of oranges. And there are 24 in each crate. I know that they have eaten 13 oranges so far. All right. So I know they had 3 crates. There were 24 in each of them. And then of all those oranges they have, they ate 13. What do I need to figure out? I underlined it right here. I need to figure out after they eat 13, how many oranges are left. All right. So there we go. I've read the problem. I understand it. Now I'm able to go on to my plan. I'm going to plan to think about what I'm going to do to solve it. All right. So, whoops. I know I need to multiply, right? Because it's saying right here that I have 24 oranges in a crate and that there's 3 crates of them. So first I need to figure out how many oranges I have all together. After that, I need to subtract the 13 oranges they've already eaten. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do kind of a modified window method, but I'm going to break apart my 24 and do 20 times 3 and 4 times 3. And then after I find my answer to the multiplication part, I'm going to subtract my 13 oranges that they've eaten so far. So now I've understood the problem. I know what I'm doing. I know what I need to figure out, and I've come up with my plan. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to solve the problem. So I'm going to draw a rectangle here, and I'm going to split it up. I'm going to do 20 plus 4 at the top. And then I'm going to put a 3 over here because there's 3 crates and there's 24 in each one. And I'm going to go ahead and separate those boxes. So now I'm going to go ahead and solve. I'm going to do 20 times 3. Well, I know 2 times 3 is 6. And then I'm going to multiply that by 10 because I have 2 10s. This is really a 20. And I have 60. And then I'm going to do 4 1s times 3 1s. And I'm going to get 12. So they have 60 plus 12. That equals 72 oranges to start with, right? So there's 72 oranges to start with that they have in the crates. They've eaten 13. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to subtract. I'll do that in a different color. I'm going to subtract the 13 they've eaten so far. One's place I can't do 2 minus 3, so I'm going to regroup. I've got 6 10s now, and I move my 10 over. So I have 12 ones. So 12 minus 3 is 9. And 6 minus 1 is 5. So they have 59 oranges left, right? Notice I'm labeling my answer. It's a story problem, so I need to be able to say what I have. I have 59 of the oranges, right? So now my last step is to go ahead and I'm going to check my work, okay? And so I'm going to justify my answer. I'm going to say, to solve the problem, I multiplied 24 times 3 and got 72. Then I subtracted 72 minus 13 because I knew they had already eaten 13 oranges. Altogether, there were 59 oranges left at the end. Now to check my work, just to double check, I'm going to do my 59 that I came up with, and I'm going to add 13, and it should come out as 72 because that's what I got in my multiplication. So 9 plus 3 is 12. So I have 2 ones. I move my 10 up to the tens place. 5, 6, 7 tens. I get 72. So I checked. My answer is, I believe, correct. All right. So those are the steps. I'm going to go back to that one slide just to review, right? The first thing I'm going to do is understand the problem. I'm going to read it, point out what I'm looking for. Guys, circle it on your paper, okay? Go through and actually circle and underline the things you need to. So you, and even if you need to write down what you know, or stop and think about, what do I know? What do I still need to figure out, right? Then come up with your plan. What am I going to do? I said ahead of time on this one, when I came up with my plan, I didn't write it down, but mentally I said, okay, I'm going to break apart the 24 into 20 and 4 and multiply times 3. Then I'm going to take that solution and I'm going to use the algorithm to subtract 13 and get my answer for how many oranges are left. Then I solved it. I showed my work. I did not just write down the number. I did not just write down 59 oranges. I showed my work, right? You guys need to show work when you solve these problems, right? And then I went through and I checked my answer and justified it with an explanation to make sure that it was correct, right? So I'm going to go through what your job is today. You can go back and rewatch this if you need refreshers on the different steps, and then you can get started on your work. So your job today is going to be to complete workbook pages 491 and 492. As long as you guys are handling it well, it's okay with me if you work with a small group. All right. But if you are not working in a small group, the guest teacher is going to ask you to return to your seat and do this on your own. Okay. So I don't have a problem with you working with someone else to solve the problems on pages 491 and 492, but it needs to be done quietly. And you need to have your mask on and be in a space that you're not around everybody else. All right. After you have finished workbook pages 491 and 492, you're going to move on and do Dreambox or extra math on your own, and that's going to be at your seat. All right. I'm not here today just to make sure we're doing social distancing and everything else. I want to make sure after you finish the work, when you're working on the computer, it's at your seat and not around the room, around somebody else. All right. You guys are doing a great job so far today. Keep it up. Stay focused. All right. Make sure you rip out and turn in pages 491 and 492 after you've completed the assignment. Rip that out and turn it in. It is going to be graded. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good luck with the rest of your day. Bye, guys.